This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball app makes it easier to keep up to date with the transfer news, scores and stats in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below.
I'm here with Paul with the review. Do you know what it is, Paul? I've been ill for the last 2 weeks, right? But that was probably the most painful last minute goal in a while. We'll start with the lineup. I was pleased that he went with 5 at the back because I think that it works well with the players that we've got. Or the players that Rafa's got at his disposal. Do you agree that he should have gone with that formation to start with?
We ummed and ahed before the match because we didn't know whether it was going to be a 4 at the back or a 5 at the back, and certainly that would have kept Wolves guessing as well. But we do seem to suit it. It gives us that extra protection through at the back against these teams who like to pass, and we've got these quality players. So it affords us that. And it uses the wing backs who are pacey to get forward. So yeah, I was quite pleased with it when I saw. And we were all like, yeah, we're pretty confident we were going to go with the 3 at the back and the wing backs and that side of it. Didn't work out too good, but never mind. And
then we go on to the game. First half, I thought it was quite even. I don't think any team can say that they were dominating the game. I think both sides had spells of possession in which they looked threatening, but Wolves get the goal, the first goal. Is it very poor defending, or do you have to just say it's a fantastic through ball and Jota can't miss?
I said before, in obviously previously to what I've done, if you cut that ball out, the cross shouldn't have been allowed to come in the first place, but Lascelles was ball watching. He allowed him, he gave him the time to bring the ball down, and it just seemed to be an eternity. I'm like, go on, hit him, smack, do something, but just don't give him all the time in the box. And he just did, and it's just systematic of his performances at the moment. It's really, really disappointing. But for me, Lascelles didn't do anything near enough to manage that situation at all. Ball watching, and he got what he deserved, which was a goal to be conceded. But to be honest, on the balance of play, a draw at that time, a draw for the entire match would have been okay. 2 very evenly matched sides, but they got the look of the green, and they got a Mike Dean speciality as well.
We'll talk about him a little bit later. Newcastle responded well, got the goal through Jose Perez after Rondon's free kick hits the crossbar, comes back out, he crosses it in, and he gets the flick on. Jose Perez is always going to defend, always going to be an opinion which is going to divide fans. There's just no one or two ways about that. However, you've got to give him credit for that goal because it's a fantastic finish.
You do, and I give him credit for the match. I didn't like the celebration again. I think
is that disrespectful to the fans?
I think it is. I think it is, because at the end of the day they get paid a lot. So if you take some criticism, take it on your shoulders, roll with it. Don't sit there with your fingers in your ears and giving it all that like the big time Charlie player, because you're not the best player in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Do you think he's bigger than the club, or do you think that he believes he's bigger than the club?
Well, if he thinks that, I'd ship him out on the next bus out. No one, not one of them players is bigger than that club, and that includes Jose Perez. We picked him from total obscurity, we've given him a chance, we've got him established, we've improved him, and Jose, he needs to remember that, and he's not above criticism. When he's not playing that well, the fans will let him know, and he's got to take that on board and produce. And when he's scoring goals and everything, the fans were cheering his name, singing for him. So he needs to remember that as well.
Going into the second half, and again, nothing massively changes apart from Manquillo goes into right wing back, and Yedlin drops into the right centre back after Federico Fernandez is injured. And the big talking point of the second half is Yedlin's red card. He loses control of the ball, loses possession. Wolves player goes through, takes him down. In my opinion, it is a red card for me. I don't know about yourself, Paul, but I don't think the referee has a decision to make. Mike Dean has had to make a few decisions today, but the biggest one he got right, in my opinion.
Yeah. He was running around and he had his hand on that red card the entire 90 minutes. He was desperate to get it out, and as soon as he did it, I'm like, I said to Carlson next to us, I went, stupid, absolutely stupid. Red card comes out, and it was deserved, 100%. You can argue Lascelles and stuff was there and they were closing the gap, but no, for me, absolutely nailed on red card.
It's denying a goal scoring opportunity, and that yeah. For me, they let the law, it states it's a red card, which is tough, and it spoiled the game in my opinion from a Newcastle point of view, because we knew we're going to struggle to hold on here. We go on to the last half an hour, and Wolves have had a couple of opportunities, especially 15 minutes from the end, where they get on the counter and Dubravka makes a fantastic save, but when you want in that last 5 minutes just to kind of get through the toughest bit, because Wolves are going to put more pressure on and more pressure on, and it shows a bit of character to get through that, and we've lacked that with that last minute goal.
It was gutless. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. You manage that game and you see that game out. As soon as it came on, there's 5 minutes of additional time. First of all, I slightly disagree with the 5 minutes, but you've got to manage that game. A point at this stage of the season, with everything that's going on with the club, the takeover and all this circus that's surrounding it, you see the game out, you get the point, and it's another point on the board. Stupidity, absolute stupidity. And it wasn't just one player, because Manquillo didn't do it anywhere near enough for me, and Lascelles again, stupid, switched off, not good enough.
Not good enough. Let's see what Rafa Benitez has to say about that last minute winner for Wolves.
It's really difficult. I said in the press conference that we need the VAR right now, because these decisions are incredible. So the first one, Jamal was there, was close, the ball was 3 meters away, and the second one with Ayofe and the elbow was so clear that I cannot understand that we are talking about we lost 3 points in this game.
I've been a couple of years here, and always, sooner or late, these kind of strange things keep happening. I'm not saying anything, but we just can't wait to be in the next season. VAR, everything is gonna be improved, and hopefully the beautiful game gets even better, because this league sometimes needs it with the mistake we're making.
Now, Paul, everyone's been touching about 20 points before after the Liverpool game. For 20 points, we would have to get 7 points from Huddersfield, Fulham and Liverpool. For me, that's not happening. We've got 2 6-pointers in the next 2 games, and Liverpool's going to be a bonus game. Realistically now, we have got to be looking at worst 17 points, so that's what I mean. So 4 points for the next 3 games, because Liverpool, let's just write that one off because they're massively good.
To me, the minimum 4 points. It's make or break, 90 really, against Huddersfield. We've got to step it up. There's got to be a huge performance from the lads that are left. And it will be a bit walking wounded, but you get this at December, and that's why it was so critical that the investment was put in the summer, which it wasn't. So we've got what we've got, but we've got to get minimum of 4, if not aim for two wins. Take that pressure off, get as near to that 20 as possible, and then see where we are with regards to the takeover.
We look at our away form this season, Paul. We've only been beaten away from home by Manchester United, which we probably should have got at least a point from, and Man City, who, in my opinion, are going to walk this league. I still think they're still miles better than Liverpool. For me, is our away form going to be one of the main reasons why we might stay up this season? Because you look, who would have thought we would have got a point at Everton? You know, Palace, Cardiff, Southampton, Burnley would get a big win. Is that what's keeping us out of this relegation zone?
It is, and you look at our home form. If you look at that on its own, what is it, 2 wins in 9, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Pathetic. It's nowhere near good enough for our football club. We should be doing a lot better than that. Our away form, some of the performances to a man have been heroic on the road, but I will say that probably the atmosphere today was very flat at times, and that's not helping. But it's catch-22, isn't it? The football isn't great, so the fans are a bit quiet, but then that reacts back onto the pitch. And even the Wolves fans up in the gods, they were really quiet.